guys, it's JackSparrow123 and welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter World. Last time, we fought the Kulu Yaku, and I did a few things off camera, such as in gathering resources. In today's video, we're going to hopefully get some more stuff done. There are some things I'm going to be doing while post-commentary Jack edits, or not quite edit. I've got something I want to explain to you guys, and I can't really do it while playing the game, so I figured I'd just do some post-commentary over. Anyways, so I'm going to do some item management, craft some stuff like that, while other Jack explains stuff. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so for today, I just want to quickly talk about monster elements and what the stars mean in the game. So as you can tell, some monsters have 2-star weaknesses to some elements, 3-star to another, and an X on some elements. What these mean are the effectiveness of the element on some body part of the monster. Now if it has an X, it means that the damage of your elemental weapon won't do anything to the monster. It's null and void. However, if it has a 3-star, you can expect about a 30% damage increase on your elemental damage. 2 stars about 15%, and 1 star is just flat damage amount. So you'll likely deal just your flat elemental damage on a 1-star, but if it's a 2-star, it's not quite non-effective, but it's a 15% increase on damage. If it's on a 3-star monster, it's on a certain body part. So for like example, Anjanath will take 30% increased water damage on its nose. How useful is this information? I'm not fully sure. Another good example is Baroth. He has mud covered all over his body. If you hit him with water damage on the mud, you have a 30% increase of damage. However, if there is no mud, water damage is negated. However, if you use a fire weapon when there is no mud, you'll have actually no, it's a 30% increase on fire damage too. So it's 2-3 stars on Baroth. However, it swaps between the two if it's covered in mud or if it has no mud. Now with that out of the way, let's start with the first graph we've got. So I made these graphs. The one that should be on screen right now is the graph of every element, weakness, stars, and everything. I do know I messed up with this one. Ice doesn't show its resistance number. However, I'll quickly explain what the numbers show. So, the bars going up, the number that they reach is the number of monsters that have this weakness or have this resistance or have this, you know. So, what this first graph shows is just a rough show of every element. Now, if you want, you can pause the video and take a better look at it, but we're going to move a little more in depth into each one of these categories. So let's start things off with the weakness total. So, the total monsters weak to these elements will be as follows. And there's my phone. Let's put that away. So, as you see, the monsters that are weak to this element, or weak to these elements, are on display. The monster with the element with the least effective damage, or the least effectiveness, is Dragon Element at about 13 monsters weak to it. Ice and Water are at the highest with 15 monsters weak. I didn't get a line up there, I'm sorry. Fire and Lightning are also tied at 14, so they're your second best. If you use a fire weapon or a thunder weapon, you've got a good number. Now, I will explain there are 71 monsters in the game. So, out of that 17 or 71 monsters, if you do 15, that's hardly even like 15% of the monsters. So, every element is still pretty decent. You aren't in a big downfall if you use any of these elements, but it is good to know. Next up, we have element resistances. Now, this one is really important. 28 monsters are resistant to fire damage. That's a big deal. That means most of the time, if you are going on a hunt, you've got about a 20% chance to run into a monster that is immune to your fire element. So it's a pretty big deal. Next up in the line is water with 18 monsters with resistance. And then thunder with about 13 monsters. Ice with 9 monsters. And dragon with 12 monsters. It's a pretty big deal. If you use fire element, you will likely have your fire damage negated most of the time. But on the good side, fire element has the weapons that are fire element have a really strong hit. However, they're mostly bone weapons, so your sharpness isn't going to be too good. Next up, we've got 2-star weakness. I'm sorry about that line up there. I forgot to remove it, but it's fine. We'll ignore it for now. As you see, monsters that are 2-star effective or 2-star weak. So this is 15% damage. There's 25 monsters in the game that are 2-star to thunder damage. What this means is you'll, again, another 20% chance that your thunder weapon will be effective against these monsters. Next in the line is ice, then dragon, then water and fire are tied at 17. Dragon is 22, ice is 23. Plain and simple. Honestly, these weapons are the ones you aim to use. If you could use a thunder weapon, it is going to be highly more effective than using a fire weapon or a water weapon, because not many monsters are immune to thunder damage, and it's just all around decent. I know I'm not explaining this well, and I'm sorry about that. Next up, we've got the 1-star weakness. So this means that you're just doing your flat elemental damage. There's no no good side, no downside. It's just they're taking the elemental damage at the face value. As you see, you've got ice and dragon at 24. Good. You got water at 21, thunder at 19, and fire, at 12. Very useful information. Honestly, if I could pick between elements, I'd probably use ice more than any of the other elements. Because ice has the least amount of resistance. It has the most, it has second most 2-star, and it has the most 1-star tied with dragon. Now, I will be using mostly light bowgun in this series for one main reason. Light bowgun is the only, or light bowgun and heavy bowgun are the only weapons that can swap between elements on the fly and can use every element on one weapon. So, this means if you are using a light bowgun from, let's say, the Xeno'jiiva tree, most of you probably know what Xeno'jiiva is. To the ones of you who don't know, we'll run into it later in the game. Xeno'jiiva is immune, or not immune, he is weak to every element at 2-star value. When you craft his weapon, the light bowgun and heavy bowgun can use every element. So it can use a dragon damage shot, it can use an ice damage shot, it can use a thunder damage shot, a water damage shot, and a fire damage shot. Along with like slicing ammo, piercing ammo, all of these things. This means that it's incredibly helpful while on a hunt to use a light bowgun that can use every element. And on top of that, you can aim at each body part. For that reason, I'm going primarily be using light bowgun or heavy bowgun. I will still use every weapon in the game at least once or twice, depending on the monster I'm fighting. Because, let's be real, every weapon has its own benefits against certain monsters. Sword and shield and light bowgun are the most versatile weapons, but that doesn't mean it makes it better than all the other weapons. Again, every weapon is good in the user. Now, mind you, I'm not the greatest user at every weapon in the game. I know how to, and I'm confident I can beat every monster in the game with every weapon. But just because I know how to use a weapon doesn't mean I can properly use it in-game. So, my streak of never dying often, or in our series, we've died once so far. In my little fun go-through of Monster Hunter, I've only died once to the Kirin. Now, on top of that, we will be making a build that is good for every weapon across the slate. It won't be, it's going to be well-rounded. It won't be prioritizing an individual weapon, which means we can swap between every weapon. However, if we use it on, say, like a bow or a hunting horn, it won't be quite as effective as using a build that is designed for those weapons. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little explanation. Now, let's get towards continuing the main story and hunting that Pukei-Pukei, because we need to bring him down. See you guys later. Okay, so I think I'm done gathering things. With what I got, we should be good for our next hunt. We aren't switching off of light bowgun for, well, the reasons why I explained. There is a lot of potential with light bowgun due to the multiple elements you can shoot with it, making it so you can deal with any monster that is weak with any element if you have every element available to your light bowgun. The light bowgun we got can't use every element, but it can use some pretty darn good ones. If I didn't just do that. Where is it? Here we go. So we can only use flaming and dragon element. Not so good, because what we'd want is like thunder or water element. But we got spread ammo, piercing ammo, normal ammo, sticky ammo, and all the ailments we can cause. So it's not so bad. We're going to be switching light bowgun when we get the chance. But for now, the commander wants to talk to us. Commander? There we go. Nice work clearing out the camp. I knew you'd come through. And now we're finally ready. Alright, Hunter. The Pukei-Pukei hunt is on. Once you've hunted the target, the scholar will be able to get a closer look at that evidence you found. I cannot stress enough how vital taking out that Pukei-Pukei is for the commission. This could be the break we've been waiting for. Good luck and be careful.
The 5th has an urgent mission. Partner, you'd better come see me.
Okay, so the Pukei-Pukei is the first difficult monster you'll run into. He's not quite a wall, but he will pose a challenge. But since we fought the Rathalos, we won't be dealing with anything quite too difficult yet. And since we're so low on money, we're going to spend research points to get our meal. So, I should quickly explain, Pukei-Pukei does do poison. And Pukei-Pukei isn't nice with his poison. We don't have any way to resist the poison, but we want to get as much damage out there as possible. So, now that we've got that, let's talk to the handler. Alright, partner. Time for us to do a little Pukei-Pukei hunting. Once we've done that, the scholar can go in and check out that slag. See if it came from Zoromakeros. But seriously, what other monster could it have come from? I mean, I'm no scholar, but smoldering lava rock? Hello! Anyways. So, it's under assigned mission, but let's just quickly check our optional. We've got the Clutch Claw mission that we've got to do, and then there's a bunch of other side missions we've got around the map. I'll be doing side missions in, like, sort of a speedrunny sense. I'll run through them as quickly as I can. If it's a difficult one, I'll explain, or try to help explain how to deal with it. But for now, we've got to hunt down a Pukei-Pukei. Now, just to show you what items I've got on me. Those are items I got while traveling. I should probably put those away. So, our main build is this. We've got mega potions, antidotes, rations, small bombs, pitfall traps, shock traps, herbal medicine, which is just a stronger antidote that is instantaneous, We've got some flash pots and traps. And what I want to quickly do is see if we can craft these trank bombs. Trank bombs are incredibly helpful. They're what create our trank ammo. I'm not fully sure how I got trank ammo beforehand. I'm pretty sure I got it through another crafting method. We want to save some flash pots as long as we have, or we want to save some flash bugs, because as long as we have flash bugs, we can create flash pods, and we can bring flash bugs and flash pods on our trip, so we can craft flash pods on the run. We also should craft another pitfall trap. The ammo we don't really have to worry about because we've got all the ammo we can use on hand. Well, besides poison ammo, which we could probably make some. Oh well, we'll worry about that stuff later. Let's depart on our mission. Okay, urgent quest. Hunt a Pukei-Pukei. Hunting monsters on your own can get tough. If you need a little help, send out a call to other hunters around the world. They can join your quest and lend a hand. Open the menu, head to the quest menu, and select Fire SOS Flare. Your flare will then show up on the other player's quest board. When someone responds to your SOS Flare, they'll automatically join the quest in progress.
Oh yeah.
Now, oh gosh, this is going to be horrible for the YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to quickly explain something that I hate about YouTube. They compress our videos if we aren't big channels. So the fact that I'm a small channel means they're going to compress my video a lot more than a big channel. This means the more I move my camera around like this, it will get really pixely. I don't know if it's showing properly, but the downside is the rain over there will always pixelize my video. So, when it comes to this, we do this. Return from quest. And hope next time we load into the quest, it's not raining. I don't know if it's an automatic rain for this quest. But if it is, we're going to have a bit of a problem. Now, there are parts on the map where the rain won't be showing down as much. However, that doesn't mean we're all in the clear. So, post a new quest. Now, the other downside to that is the meal I just had is now wasted. Because every time you return from a quest, what you ate gets removed. So we gotta go all the way back over, spend research points, and eat a meal. Which isn't quite so nice. So, let's hope this time we load in without much problem. Also, as you noticed earlier, I crafted Great Jagras arms. The reason for that is for the skill Palico Rally, which buffs our Palico. Since we aren't hunting with anyone online, we want a little bit of a stronger Palico than normal. Just till we can get on our feet. Because when you are in early game, I'd say it is the most difficult. Okay, it's still raining. In early game, I'd say it's the most difficult. Because early game, you don't have any of the skills that you're used to when you play late game. Or you don't have any of the good skills you wish you had. So it makes it a little tough. Now for us, we want to get out of this rain. Pukei-Pukei is probably this way. That's an Anjanath footprint. Okay. I'm so sorry if the, recording is super pixely. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not going to be pixely when I edit it or anything. It's only going to be pixely when it's up on YouTube. Now, if you want less pixely things, then, maybe hit that subscribe button, you know? Tell YouTube, you know what, this guy releases some pretty cool things. And not actually. You guys don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. But I prefer it. So, hopefully Pukei-Pukei is in here somewhere. Because we don't want to be in the rain as much. It's a little dark. Wiggly worm. It's pretty dark as is, so let's be real. So there is an Anjanath. Okay, there it is. Okay, Pukei-Pukei is a aggressive monster, I believe. I could be off, but what we want to do is pop this. 1, 2, back up, shoot a few. Dodge the roar. Okay, so I'm going to let Intelligent Jack explain this monster while Battle Junkie Jack fights it. Thank you, Battle Junkie Jack. Okay, so let's quickly run down on the Pukei-Pukei. The Pukei-Pukei is a bird wyvern. Our first instance of one. It only has one turf war, which is with a monster called the Rajang. It was introduced in Monster Hunter World, and you can find it in the Ancient Forest, Wildspire Waste, and the Guiding Lands. The Pukei-Pukei is weak to thunder element, and its resistance to water. Now, other facts about the Pukei-Pukei is it has an ailment weakness. If you shoot it with sleep or paralysis, it is more likely to be affected by them. The Pukei-Pukei is territorial, meaning if you get too close, it becomes aggressive. Now, Pukei-Pukei is known as the poison bewitching bird. It attacks small monsters, and you can lure them with scatter nuts. Pukei-Pukei gives you titles at 20 hunts, 30 hunts, 40 hunts, and 50 hunts, known as in Pukei-Pukei, Venomous, Pop, and Teacher. Now, Pukei-Pukei has many breakable parts. You can break its head, its wings, its body, and you can cut off its tail. Other things about Pukei-Pukei is the most efficient way to damage it is by attacking its head. Now, Pukei-Pukei is also resistant to water. I think I already went over that. But it is poisonous. If you get hit by it, it can cause poison on you. It can also stun you, so be careful while fighting it. It runs at you with its long tongue, and it will spit poison from a distance. Now, if you want to kill Pukei-Pukei effectively, aim for attacking its tail. It doesn't have many tail attacks, and when I say not many, it only has one, which has a very long attack time before it hits. So you have many opportunities to damage it. Another safe place to attack Pukei-Pukei is from the sides of its wing. When Pukei-Pukei spits poison, it has two ways of spitting it. It either spits straight, or it does a 3-spit attack where it goes straight, left, and then right. Now with this information, it will hopefully make it a lot easier for you to kill the Pukei-Pukei. I know I benefit a lot from knowing this stuff while fighting, and I was aiming to only get hit once while fighting Pukei-Pukei, but I believe I only got hit once or twice. Now, it's also very beneficial while fighting Pukei-Pukei to have herbal medication on you. It means that when you take a poison attack and you're poisoned, it instantly removes poison and heals a bit of your HP. I honestly always bring herbal medication with me on hunts because it's just so useful. If you don't have herbal medication, you can always find antidote around the map. Anyways, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this hunt against Pukei-Pukei. Everything's fine. It's just a Pukei-Pukei. What could go wrong? But it's not just a Pukei-Pukei. It's a Pukei-Pukei and an Anjanath. Bright monster aren't going to be so useful. Don't know where Pukei-Pukei is going, and I don't know where these scout flies are leading me. But hopefully it's fine. Should be fine. There's a different footprint. I guess there's a Jagras here as well. At least if I'm right, that's a Jagras footprint. Ah, Pukei-Pukei's over here. Okay. Boop. Okay, we want to get in here. When the going gets tough, the Jack gets going. Okay, so it seems like the Great Jaegers wanted to make a guest appearance. Yes! Okay, we got a mount. So, different weapons have better or worse mount attacks. Light bowgun has by far one of the worst mount attacks. You gotta jump off a ledge, and you only got a split second for that damage to go off. And when I say split second, it's when you press the attack, if you land on the monster, you deal the damage. Now, with that being said, the good side to it is it has a higher chance of getting the mount off. So, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. And with that, I believe we wounded the head. No, we didn't. But we did get an ammo for it. And this is going... Oh, yes, we did wound the head. Never mind, we're good. Okay, and up we come. We're out of stamina, but that's fine. Let's drop this down. Back up. Reload. Shoot. He fell over. 1. We're out of the explodes. I think they're called Wyvern Blasts, if I remember correctly. Okay, so we want to keep an eye on his rage and his little limping status. Okay, he's running. This could mean that he's limping.
Powerful type of slinger ammo. Attacking
No, he's not.
latched onto deals blunt damage.
Now, like the character said, blunt damage. It's what you use to knock out monsters. It's very helpful. So Pukei-Pukei's directly above us. Looks like he's heading to his nest, and he's limping. Okay. So, in original Monster Hunter World, you didn't have to worry about this as much. But when they updated the game with Iceborne, they made it so that if the monster is limping and you're in the same zone as it, when it goes to its nest to sleep, you could wake it up. As long as we stay crouched and the Pukei-Pukei doesn't know. Okay! We're seeing but Anjanath mines now. Okay, we're good. Anjanath's just going to keep going. Okay. Either Pukei-Pukei's asleep right now or he's awake. And he wasn't going... Okay, so no, he wasn't going to sleep. So we're going to put 1, 2... And that's all we can do. And there we broke its head. His head's not down. That's another broken part. The classic triple shot. Okay, so over there is actually a poison plant. I think they're called poison pods. If we shoot it, it breaks open, or we can use our circle button to activate it. Okay, now here's something cool. Nope. No, you don't. And down he comes. No, he doesn't. Interesting. Okay, let's... Where's Anjanath? Okay, Anjanath's leaving us alone. Oh, I didn't want to kill it. I wanted to capture it. Ah, I didn't know he was so close to dead. Okay, well that's fine. That was our Pukei-Pukei hunt. Now, as you know, I want to capture monsters every single time to get the bonus resources. Or material. We didn't get it this time. That's fine. We can always do another hunt to hunt Pukei-Pukei. with that being said, let's find that Anjanath who was bugging us all that time. Let's give him a little present. Actually, no. Okay, we can't craft any other ammo. That's fine. When we get back to base, we'll restock on all our ammos. Pick up this Pukei-Pukei material. That's a wyvern tier. That's actually really useful. I'm pretty sure we sell them for a lot of money, which will help us out a lot in the long run. Okay, so these are the resources that we got as a quest reward, and these are bonus resources. That's not the only resources we get, because our Palico also grabs stuff. Sadly, we weren't able to see what our Palico grabbed. On the good side, our Palico leveled up. Nothing stops this commission. Earn the right to take on 3-star assignments. A new arena quest has been added. That means that we got one of our optional quests for just an arena hunt. I'll show you guys what arena hunts are in the future.
You've done well.
Excellent work putting down that Pukei-Pukei. I knew I put the task in the right hands. Just to catch you up, we're hot on the trail of Zora Magdaros now. But there's more to figure out. I need the 5th to protect our scholars while they're investigating. I'm putting you in charge of the Wildspire Waste. The quest will begin once you've covened on site. Okay, whatever. Words are difficult.
It's time to begin the Elder Dragon investigation. Make sure you know what you need to do.
So now we need to protect the scholars. Let's regroup at the Wildspire Waste.
Okay, so we got our next assignment. We've been recording for quite some time, so I'm going to end the video here. But next time, we'll take on the Wildspire Waste and do that quest. I'm Jaxbro123, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button and comment down below what was your favorite part. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!